Hello and welcome back to Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc, in which this is the second session of recordings for me today. I thought I was going to be done, but I also happen to have nothing else to do today. My time is a lot more open than I previously thought, as well as, being sick has reset my timing for everything, so I had to relearn how to do things quicker. That's besides the point. Let's just get on with the story and, I guess, live with the decision. Well, not live with the decision, live with the fact that your hero's dead in front of us. I hate this. I hate this. God damn it. Alright. One thing that I do want to mention is, the series that I've got going on alongside it that I'm watching personally, the exact same the exact same game, but from a different group of people. I've already caught up to like where I was behind on, and one thing that I want to mention is that they kind of took the whole dating sim route seriously, whereas I was mainly focusing on Kyoko as like setting up partnership. They merely were going for companions and actually dating, and they thought that maybe if they were to stick with certain people, it would change the outcome and how people would die. However, I know with a sleuth game like this, and a detective-ish game, choosing different people's fates based on how much they like you or how much you talked or didn't talk to someone in a game like this would be ridiculous, because not only would you have to program multiple feelings in different settings for all of that to learn background information and everything and powers for later, it just also doesn't make sense, because you would also have to make thousands of crime scenes that all stack up on one another, that maybe for people that just don't appear later. Like, that's a whole lot of work. So this is definitely a game where everything is predetermined. So focusing on Chihiro from the very beginning ultimately doesn't really matter. And I say that with such harsh feelings, because why Chihiro? Why her? Damn it. Alright, let's get going. I guess we examine the body first. We already know that she was killed with a blunt force straight to the dome. I could feel the life draining out of my own body. It's a dead body. Chihiro's dead body.
Very strange.
But the more I look, the more strange it all seems. This must be Genocide Jack's handiwork. Well, but...
What?
But we're still not sure he did it. Is that what you want to say? I wonder about that. There's no guarantee that Genocide Jack is even in the mix. Why is that even a possibility in your fucking head? I technically already looked at the bloodlust sign, but there's no harm in checking again. Also, this is the women's changing room, so I'm checking everything again, including the surveillance cameras. Mastermind must have been watching when Chihiro was killed. They know what's happened. They're still forcing us to go through with this. What about the monitor? When the monitor's Monokuma appears on, now's no time to think about it. But you are so wrong. The word bloodlust is written on the wall in blood. What's the meaning behind it? Bloodlust. It's just a copycat at this point. That's all that we can rule it as for now. Wait, I could have sworn that Yukon said fuck you before. Poster's got some blood on it. It must have happened during the murder. I guess when this dropped, this splatter. Maybe. I thought... Yeah, look at that. The Y-O-N, I thought was Y-O-U. I guess I could see fuck you and not Yuyan, or Yuyan, was it? I don't remember. Alright, blood splatter here. There's a fresh blood stain on the carpet. It must have been splattered with blood during the murder. And then the dumbbell. There's a dumbbell on the floor, and this is a blood stain. There's a blood stain on the dumbbell. The Monokuma file said a blow to the head with a blunt object is what killed her. Does that mean this dumbbell was actually the murder weapon?
That's right.
I don't imagine it could have been anything else. I mean, you could always check the imprint and the blow. That's another thing to check. Locker room dumbbell has been added to the truth bullets section. Yep. Am I missing anything? Nothing else is blue, so I guess I just check in on the other people. Let's go right to left, because I feel as if like this is going to be the most helpful. Either Kyoko or Byakuya. Dude had a real complex about being weak. Ah, shit. I should take it more casually. Dude had a real complex about being weak. You heard Chihiro talk about it, right? All I need to do is get stronger. Yeah, I do remember she said something. She said that more than once. Sure did, which I guess explains that trip down here. But did she really need to get stronger that badly? You already mentioned it, but she was a girl after all. Most girls aren't all that strong. I don't know, man. I haven't really thought about that stuff. The cause of Chihiro's complex. I can't help wondering what it might be. Mondo's account has been added to the Truth Bullets section of the Handbook. My voice, back and forth. I use this locker room all the time. Now it's become the site of Chihiro's death. But why was she killed in the locker room? Actually, if you think about it, she could have been killed somewhere else and then carried here. I don't know if I just read Sakura's line as my own. I don't know. She was very light, that is true. Okay, yeah, okay, never mind. It wouldn't be hard for someone to carry her, but still. I still think she came over here on her own, by choice. But what makes you say that? She'd been talking a lot lately about how she wanted to get stronger. So you're saying she came here to exercise? But according to the Monokuma file, apparently she was killed around 2 in the morning. Would you really have been exercising that late? Would she have been exercising? Hina or myself are usually in the locker room during the day, so she was probably avoiding it then. Avoiding it? Although we invited her to join us more than once, she never showed up. So I can only assume she was trying to avoid us. And instead she came to exercise in the middle of the night?
However,
perhaps, but it's difficult for me to imagine she could have just come alone. She did want to start exercising, but she specifically mentioned she couldn't do it by herself. She needed support from others. So you're saying she could have come here in the middle of the night to train? She could have come here to train in the middle of the night in secret. But that she also would have come with someone else. It's a possibility, I think. I mean, it is proper care. Always have someone to spot you when lifting heavy objects. You never know when something might go awry. That is just matter of fact. Now I believe it is time for us to move on. Are you fucking serious? I just started questioning. What? Already?
What?
New clues won't magically appear by standing around here. We need to check every aspect of this case. That's true, but...
Let's go.
If you're satisfied, let's hurry up and proceed. He's so pushy. I got caught up with the wrong person this time. You can say that again. I'm not the biggest fan of him right now, having to take me away from everything. So this is our next location. Huh? This place is related to the investigation? Figure it out for yourself. It's no fun if you don't, right? The doors. Whoever would have killed them could have only possibly been a girl, because, as I mentioned before, only guys, or if guys had entered, they would have been punished. But we don't know how severe the punishment may be. We've always been told that Actually, the gun would have shot off. Yes, that's right. Nothing else truly grabs my attention just yet. I didn't want to click on him. Could at least try and figure out where we should check without my help. You piece of shit. Alright, monitor first. One of the monitors, no time to think about that. The flotation donut, I don't think it's related to what happened to Chihiro. Yeah, that's still the same. There are a bunch of different pool-related items that have nothing to do with the case, as I've previously thought. I don't want to enter just yet. I should... Well, yeah, let me... Surveillance camera. Even as Chihiro was being murdered, I bet the mastermind was just sitting there watching. Yep, that's still the same. The gun, if there was anything fired, we'd see casings on the floor? Is that what you're getting at? Maybe this gun was used to... No, impossible. If that were true, Chihiro would be riddled with holes. Exactly. I don't want to trigger events that just lead me down the wrong path. But... Or, not down the wrong path. Away from things that I could look at right now. You've already spent plenty of time checking the crime scene. There are plenty of other things left here to check. Okay, so that's not it. I would just enter there. If I remember right, this card reader is meant to work with our handbooks, right?
What?
You have an issue with it? If so, you should take it up with Monokuma. He said that, then quickly and sharply clapped his hands together.
Did you call for me?
You called for me? Has he been domesticated?
That's right.
It's just the simple... I can totally imagine Byakuya doing that just because of his background. It seems that Makoto has a question for you.
You need something?
Sure, what's up? Well, it's just about this card reader.
Yep.
Yes, the card readers have all been designed to interface with each of your e-handbooks. You can only enter the locker room corresponding to the gender listed in your individual handbooks. And it's impossible for two people in a row to go through the door while it's unlocked, correct?
Unbelievable.
If there were some sort of erotic terrorist on the prowl, the ceiling mountain Gatling gun would initiate a Swiss cheese slaughter. And the school regulations prohibit anyone from lending someone else their handbook, correct?
Of course.
Correctly correct. So then, that means only girls can go in the girl locker room. Only boys can go in the boys locker room. In other words, Chihiro's body being found in the girls locker room means... Hey, Makoto, I can see right through you. See right through me? Allow me to tell you what you're thinking. Since Chihiro was found in the girls' locker room, the killer must have been able to get in there.
So, in other words...
As such, the killer must be one of the girls. Did I get it right?
Such ignorance.
Good lord, you're simple. That's the only logical conclusions that can be made at this time, Byakuya. But am I wrong? You should pay closer attention to the regulations. The answer has been in front of you the entire time. Loaning your e-handbook to another student is strictly prohibited. Only the act of loaning a handbook is prohibited. Borrowing someone else's is perfectly fine. Is that not the same fucking thing? I would expect nothing less from the prodigal son of the noble Togami family. So you managed to sniff out the loophole in the regulations. Knowing you, I would bet you created it on purpose, didn't you? To add a little more excitement to things. You're treating me like a puny little appetizer instead of the main course that I am. Now then, since the dead can't actually talk, they're not people anymore. They're things.
Yep.
Get it? Got it? Good. Wait, no, hold on. You're saying that's a loophole, but in order to borrow something from someone, then that means someone would have to have loaned it. So,
Why you?
So sleepy. Just listening to you makes me want to pass out. Be more like Byakuya and get your poop together.
Unbelievable.
Or else I'll charge you with criminal negligence. Okay, so you can't lend it out, but you can borrow it. Alright, that never crossed my mind. Alright. No more questions! Figure it out! Figure out the rest on your own... your own damn self! I wonder why they're fine with saying "fuck you" as Mondo, and saying "figure it out your own damn self," but not saying shit as Monokuma. It's weird.
That's fine.
Well, I know you are unfortunately lacking in mental faculties, so I'll fill you in myself. Let's head to the main hall. The main hall? That'll help you understand what's going on. Why are you just parading me around like you know everything already? We're supposed to take this at face value. Like, why? I don't know. Like, this is odd. That being said, a girl is only able to enter the girl's room. Well, I mean, you can only scan the name, and if a boy tries to scan their thing, will they get shot up? But there's no guarantee that it was mentioned that if you scan a girl's thing and then you enter as a guy, there's no guarantee that that's the case. We came to the main hall. So, what are we looking for here? Does that mean I have to figure it out for myself? Where to start? Alright, I'll start here, I guess. This is one of the monitors. I don't see any clues around here anywhere. The guns. Surveillance camera, and there's what I can only assume to be a gun attached to it. It's so chilling. Yep. Mailbox? Still nothing? There's a mailbox here. Could there be something inside? What the? It's an e-handbook. Oh, wait. There's 3 of them. What are they doing here? So, you finally found them. Huh? Did you know these were here, Byakuya? I happened to find them by chance myself the other day. Wait, the other day? Seems there's a system in place where the handbooks of dead students get delivered to this mailbox. So then these 3 handbooks belong to Junko, Leon, and Sayaka? You can go ahead and confirm it yourself. I immediately turned on one of the handbooks, and then I did. Sayaka's. You're right! This is Sayaka's handbook! Now do you understand? This is the key to the loophole that I revealed earlier. Yeah, so... it's a matter of that they're just there. It's not that anybody's using anybody else's. It's just that somebody is using some things now, just as Monokuma mentioned before. And boy, oh boy, is it hot back here. I am sweating. Yeah, I feel like I'm starting to get it. You should pay closer attention to the regulations. The answer has been in front of you the entire time. Loaning your e-handbook to another student is strictly prohibited. Only the act of loaning a handbook is prohibited. Borrowing someone else's is perfectly fine. See? Yeah, now I understand. Main Hall e-handbooks has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. Sorry, I keep forgetting to go into that voice. Yeah, but there's no guarantee that... well, I mean... that's the information that we were presented right now. Unless there's some other loophole that Byakuya and I aren't actually seeing just yet. But still, only 2 of them could be used. Sayaka's and Junko's. But they are returned every night. Or every morning, whatever time you mentioned.
What?
Hold on a second. What's wrong?
Very strange.
That's strange. One of the handbooks. I keep wanting to immediately say e-handbooks. Is it already Chihiro's? Won't turn on. Is it broken? Whose is it? The other handbook showed Junko's name when I started it up. And the one that won't turn on must be Leon's, right?
I see.
It would make sense, yes. After all, he did get pummeled with dozens and dozens of baseballs. Pummeled with baseballs? Why am I why? Why? I don't want to see this again! The memory of it came flooding back. That cruel punishment which led to Leon's death. The execution that the mastermind concocted. A cruel, heartless death. You're right. I wouldn't be surprised for the handbook to break during that kind of assault. Ah! Good thinking.
Damn it!
Did he just say damn it? Hey, hey! Hey, 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 hey!
Now I'm really angry!
Hey! What? That handbook is essential to student life here. Crucial, integral, instrumental, a super big deal. There's no way it would break that easily. Aha, so I was correct in assuming. I didn't mention it, but I highly doubted that it would just break. It's a lot like the locks. Can't be picked. But it did.
That's impossible!
If I say it wouldn't break, it wouldn't freaking break. It can withstand up to 10 tons of pressure, and it's waterproof up to 100 meters, okay? I don't care how many baseballs you hit with it. It won't do crap. Oh, but, even my amazing handbook does have one single weak point. It does?
I can't hear you!
But it's a secret! I wouldn't want you to go breaking any more handbooks!
What?
I have a feeling that's Chihiro's. And Chihiro's, because she's already dead and they're returned every morning. Whatever time that Byakuya said. I can go back, if I remember correctly. Can I? Oh wait, no. Not here. F2, right? If I go back, what's... Let me see. Let's see. Seems there's a system in place where the handbooks of dead students get delivered to the mailbox. Okay, so he didn't specify what time. Okay. So there's no telling of whether or not they're found during the day or not. Okay. So, my guess is because Chihiro's a computer whiz, she was able to figure it out. She was able to make hers kaput. And she's the only one that would be able to know the weakness. That's my only suspicion at this time. As far as I know. And Leon must have broken it somehow without realizing what his weakness was, right? Hard to say. You know what I think? I think his handbook isn't actually broken.
What?
But, you might ask, how could that be? Leaving the question hanging in the air, Monokuma disappeared. Because his isn't here. Possibly. What just happened? Monokuma said it's not broken, but it's an undeniable fact that it's not turning on.
That's fine.
Well, I don't see any connection to the case, so it doesn't matter for now. You think so? Either way, something about it still bothers me. Broken e-handbook has been added to the truth bullet section of the handbook. Okay then. This should be enough to get things going. Rolling, excuse me. Let's begin our investigation in earnest and track down the true culprit. Yeah. We need to find out who killed Chihiro. To be exact, not quite. Huh? Not quite? The hell do you mean by that? Also, let's check the door just in case. The hunk of metal blocking the entrance seems to be some kind of machine. Okay, what exactly do you mean, Byakuya? Okay, Makoto and I are on the same wavelength. To be exact, not quite. Certainly, I want to reveal Chihiro's killer, but more precisely, I want to... Oh, that voice crack. I want to discover the true identity of Genocide Jack. He's not fucking here, dumbass! Then, you really think... You truly believe Genocide Jack is the one that killed Chihiro?
Don't make me repeat myself.
Absolutely. I have no doubt that Genocide Jack is the culprit in this case. What makes you say that exactly? That murderous fiend is Genocide Jack, right?
What?
There's nobody else it could be. A murderous fiend who kills again and again, using a bizarre and brutal method. They're like a ghost, attacking suddenly, and then slipping away before the police can catch up to them. And what nickname did the internet give to this mysterious serial killer? Genocide Jack. They say he's killed thousands of people. That's gotta be an urban legend. Still, could one of us really be a demented psychotic killer? Just like that? You're not wrong to wonder. But words mean little right now. I have something that will prove it. And I can show you. Then show me fucking now, Byakuya! Maybe I have to continue moving? Through the script? You truly believe Genocide Jack is the one that killed your hero?
Don't make me repeat myself.
Yep, I'm making you repeat, bitch! And I have a basis to believe that. I assure you, Genocide Jack is one of us. What exactly is this basis? Is there really proof? There's somewhere I'd like to take you. This will provide all the evidence you need.
It's all clear now.
Evidence that Genocide Jack is the one that killed Chihiro. Evidence? Something like that, really? Don't know who this is. Hey, you two. Uh-oh. You know what's wrong? Oh wait, that's right. Toko had something wrong. Big trouble. Need your help.
I don't have time to play with you.
We're busy. Leave us alone.
I mean...
But it's an emergency. Emergency! Come on, please, you gotta help me. Okay.
Please!
This is a serious emergency. Please, please, you gotta help me. Just calm down, okay, Hina?
I mean...
But it's an emergency. An emergency? What happened?
Well...
Something's wrong with Toko. She's acting super strange. Well, I mean, she was acting pretty strange earlier, right? What should we do, Byakuya?
Very strange.
Since it's Toko, I must admit, I'm intrigued. Really? You're? Huh. Maybe Toko wasn't as mad as I thought she was before. I suppose we can take a second to see what's going on with her. Are you sure?
Don't make me repeat myself.
Bitch. I didn't expect that. I thought for sure he'd just say no. And that'd be the end of it.
Yeah!
Okay. Come on, hurry! Wait for us, Hina.
Let's go.
It looks like she headed to the dorms. To Toko's room, most likely. You're right. Right there. Who do I interact with first? I guess Hina first. You guys are slow! I think you're just too fast. So, what's the emergency?
So,
Well, after what happened in the girls' locker room, we left Toko in her room so she could lay down. After a while, we came back to check on her. You know, see how she was doing? But when we did, it was weird. She refused to come out, and she kept saying all this weird stuff. Weird stuff?
That's fine.
We should try talking to her ourselves. Yeah, good idea. What do you got to say, Byakuya, before we actually do head in? Hurry up and do it. Okay, Jesus. I may as well give it a shot. Ding dong! The door swung open, slowly and silently. Is she back to normal? Maybe this is another personality? Holy crap. An aura of negativity flowed out from behind the door, forcing a gasp out of me.
What?
Huh. I don't know who this Toko is.
Oh, nothing. It's just that, Hina was really worried about you, holding yourself up in your room.
leave me alone.
Yeah, sure thing. But, could you open up, just for a second?
Won't I'll allow it.
Who won't?
I won't let Genocide Jack have control.
Oh. Shit. And just like that, she slammed the door in my face. What was that? She's been acting like that the whole time. When I rang a little while ago. Oh, so this is in the past. I'll drive out the killer. Drive out the murderous fiend. It doesn't make any sense, right? I was afraid to leave her in there alone, so I tried to bust down her door. But it felt like something was holding it shut on the other side. I couldn't even budge it. Toko was scared enough to even bar her door? Toko was scared enough to even bar her door. Does she think the same thing as Byakuya? Does she think the serial killer Genocide Jack really murdered Chihiro? Is that why Toko's so scared?
But...
Whatever it is, I'm really worried about her. Isn't there anyone who might be able to persuade her? Hey, hot stuff. What you got going down there, buddy? There's somebody who's in need of your company. Hey, Byakuya, you think you could ask her to come out of her room? I mean,
That's fine.
sure, whatever. Huh? You're gonna talk to her, Byakuya? Wow, I guess you can be nice when you want to. That stern expression says a lot. Byakuya stood in front of her door, not making a sound, and pressed the doorbell. After a few moments...
What do you want?
Oh, before they read out everything else. Leave me alone! You're all so annoying! Bacula? Bacula? What?
It's Byakuya.
I'm sorry, I couldn't keep our promise. But don't worry, never again. Oh, fuck. Did Byakuya use Toko? Oh, shit. Oh, no. That's not... No. I won't let Genocide Jack have control ever again! Okay, not that. And with that, the door slammed shut. Even Byakuya couldn't pull it off. And there's nothing else we can do. Let's get back to the investigation. Hold on! Hey, Byakuya, what was Toko talking about just now? Something about a promise?
What?
Oh, I have no idea. Another one of her delusions, I'm sure. But
Stop talking.
if I say I don't know, that means I don't know. Just let Hina take care of her. Oh, yeah, okay. I'll stay here and keep an eye on her.
Let's go.
Well then, let's go. Without waiting for a reply, Byakuya sped away. Byakuya! I hurried to catch up. I tried to talk to him several times as we walked, but he didn't even look back, let alone say anything. He just kept on walking toward his destination. Finally, his feet brought him to a stop in front of a certain room. The library? Come on, let's go in. Okay, so I gotta keep an eye out. Oh, hey, the second set of the extension cord's gone. Interesting. Camera. Camera first. Surveillance camera. The mastermind must have been watching as Chihiro was killed. Yeah. Okay, the letter. There's no point in checking there. We need to find real clues. Yes, as I've thought multiple times. But oh well. Knock it off. What does a desk lamp matter right now? Well, the fact that the lamp is connected to an extension cord, that is no longer fucking here, Byakuya. Shut your fucking trap. There's no clues there. We need to check elsewhere. Will you just shut the fuck up? It's worth checking everything. Is that something to look at? No, it is not. The books I can look at, though. There's no point in checking there. We need to find real clues. Okay, fine. Then just spit it out if you're so fucking smart. Is the evidence that proves it was Genocide Jack really in the library?
Don't make me repeat myself.
Did I already look at this? I don't remember. Is one of the monitors? Yes. Maybe the desk is what's important. There's no clues there. We need to check elsewhere. Okay, what about this bookshelf? There's no clues. We need to check elsewhere. Am I forgetting something? Is it this bookshelf then? The last fucking bookshelf? Up? No? The only thing left is the door, right? If I remember, on the other side of this door... It's the archive, right? What? 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 I thought that was the door that we all entered through. I didn't think that was the extra room. It's the archive, right? Hurry up and go inside. Oh, here?
Let's go.
I never clicked on this the first time. This is so dumb. It'll all make sense once you're inside. Maybe I should have explored a bit more. Whoa. There's so many books and files. And I knew about this room, kind of, looking on the map. And so much dust, too.
So, in other words,
I would say there's enough value in this place to endure the dust. What all is in here? And there's another camera over here. There's even a surveillance camera here. Indeed. Enough to look at. And also a bookshelf behind him. Let's check that first. There's a ton of thick files stuffed onto the bookshelf. If you're thinking of looking through any of them, let me give you a little warning. Those things are filled with graphic, disturbing pictures of all kinds of crime scenes. It's the kind of thing any normal person wouldn't ever want to look at. Be careful. Huh? What do you mean? All those files. All those files there are investigation reports related to different cold cases. Those are internal documents for police eyes only. They're not the kind of thing you'd expect to leak. Oh. Yeah. But is that all the bookshelves? There's so many files stuffed under the shelf. What's in all these?
that's enough.
Those documents are dangerous. Dangerous? They detail all the people who control the world from behind the scenes. Dangerous truth for a commoner. You mean like members of the Diet or something? Diet? I don't know. No. I mean the ones with real power. The secret council, controlling everything from the shadows. If you're ready to be disappeared for it, take a look. If you're ready to be disappeared for it, what the fuck does that... Okay. There's some very interesting people in there. You're just kidding, right? Am I? I'll just let it go for now. And what about here? This shelf is stuffed tight with files. Without really thinking about it, I picked one at random. Ah, you have a sharp eye indeed to select that file. Huh?
That's right.
That's the report on the Presidential Assassination. The original is kept in the National Library. It won't be classified for another 30 years. Declassified for another 30 years. Are you sure you want to take a look at it now? There's no telling whose crosshairs you might wind up in for peeking at it. That just tells me that you've already looked at this shit. Without making a sound, I return the file to the shelf. Ever so delicately, I can kind of see it just like, no, never mind. Okay, what all? There's a lamp in here. Huh? It's a desk lamp. Oh yeah, it's the same one I saw Byakuya was using in the library before. No, it's not. That one's still out there, dumbass.
What?
Do you have a problem with that lamp? It was here before, then I moved it over there. It's too dark over there, so I thought I'd put it to good use. Huh, another Monokuma coin. Interesting.
That's right.
That's the report on the Presidential Assassination. The original was kept in the... Okay, that's not what I was looking at. I guess I have to click here instead, whatever this is. There's a wooden box, and it's empty. Although, judging by the smudges and the dust, it looks like there was something inside. I wonder what it was. There was an extension cord plugged in there. It proved very useful while I was in the library. Yeah, but why was it in here? An extension cord, huh? So, are you finally beginning to understand the true splendor of this library? The entire reason I was interested in the library is because of this room right here.
Interesting.
It's home to classified government documents, police records, things no ordinary person would ever see. Isn't it magnificent? This can't be for real, right?
Such ignorance.
That's your guys' problem. Anything that doesn't fit into your preconceived reality, you label it as a lie. Well, it's not that, it's just... It's not like I totally refuse to believe it, but... I mean, there's just so much. How could anyone have put all this together? I suppose it goes to show just how much Hope's Peak truly wields. Or perhaps... the mastermind may have wanted to provide us with enough entertainment to keep us from getting bored. It's no use. I can't keep up with all this. It's just too unreal. What's wrong? Still can't believe it. What about you? How can you believe it so easily? Things like that are usually impossible.
What?
What do you mean, usually? Usual? Normal? Ordinary? Simple? Those things don't exist anywhere in the real world. If you don't understand what they actually represent, you don't understand the nature of anything. You don't pull your punches, do you? Besides, what you consider usual is based on your common sense, right? But what makes you think your own common sense applies to me at all? The documents gathered here are genuine. I have reviewed them multiple times, so there is no doubt. Wait, hold on. Multiple times? You've looked through this shit? Hold on a second. You're saying you've read all these documents? And more than once? But all this has to be like top secret confidential stuff, right? So, why? My family has a reading room just like this at our home. Ours is bigger, of course, and not as dusty. Huh? Members of the Togami family have access to any variety of government-related documents. I really had to put on like the spectacle for that. It just seemed right. That includes foreign powers as well as domestic. How is that possible?
So in other words...
I already told you. There's a secret council that controls the world from the shadows. My family is a member of that council. And I have within me the bloodline that will allow me to one day bend the world to my will. To become such a ruler, I must know all levels of this world backwards and forwards. So whenever I have time, I like to review whatever documents and materials that interest me. Which is why I can proclaim, without a doubt, that the materials gathered here are the real thing. This is beyond believing. Or not believing. Byakuya is actually starting to scare me more than the actual mastermind. And what always interests me the most were The cold case police investigation reports. Reading through those reports has always been a hobby of mine, ever since I was little. Okay, so you also like figuring out murder cases, I guess. Man, you should really talk to Kyoko. It's excellent mental exercise. I've solved more than a few of those cases just by reviewing the reports. And among all those reports, one of my recent favorites is the Genocide Jack case. As he talked, Byakuya grabbed a specific file from the shelf.
That's right.
This is the complete case file. Every single report surrounding the Genocide Jack cases has been compiled in here. Because there are so many, allow me to quickly summarize the main points. To begin, there are two notable characteristics in every Genocide Jack murder. The first characteristic is that at every crime scene, the word bloodlust is written in the victim's own blood. And the second is that when the victims are murdered, their bodies are suspended in a certain way. Bloodlust is written in blood, and the victim's body is suspended. Yeah, but there's no guarantee that you weren't the person that did this. Like, you might have done the case to make it look like this, but Toko's gonna take the fall for killing Chihiro. This is what I'm speculating. I have no idea, honestly. Bloodlust is written in blood, and the victim's body is suspended. It's oh, this is me. It's exactly the same as what happened to Chihiro! Save your surprise. The best part is yet to come. The second characteristic, where the bottoms are suspended. Where the victims are suspended. What did I say? The only ones who knew about that particular fact were members of the police and other higher-ups. By all accounts, nobody in the media ever found out. Huh? In other words, no one on the news, no one online, nobody knew about the aspect of each crime. That aspect of each crime. Only key officials and the killer himself knew about this act of mounting the victim. Now, if you recall Chihiro's corpse... Why? Just stop showing me this! Her body was most certainly mounted in this fashion. So, how could the killer have known about suspending the victim?
That's right.
That's the key question. But in fact, the answer is quite simple.
So in other words...
The culprit isn't a copycat killer. It's the real Genocide Jack. Unless it's you and you know about it.
In other words...
That right there is the evidence that Genocide Jack has hidden himself amongst the rest of us. Then, Genocide Jack really is? Such a brutal, fiendish killer really is walking around among us?
Interesting.
Things are really starting to get interesting, aren't they? I never imagined a killer with such a reputation would ever become part of our little game. Now, don't you think it would be good for you to take a look at what I've already seen? You might just manage to ferret out a clue or two.
Such ignorance.
If you get down on your knees and beg, I might even show you myself. Okay, dick. Did you put it anywhere, or do I have to grab it from back here? There's a ton of thick files stuffed under all those files. Yeah, yep. Filled, yep, okay. Just give me the thing. I guess I just have to talk to you. Alright. Lay it on me. Byakuya, about that Genocide Jack case file. Could you let me see it?
That's fine.
Well, you didn't beg, but I guess it's okay this time. God, you have a really, really bad superiority complex. Feel free to look at it in here, but you can't take it with you. Murder cases of Genocide Jack. Top secret. Not bad. Byakuya handed me the file, and I flipped through it with tense, nervous fingers. Suddenly, my hand stopped. I had reached the page where photos from the scene of each crime had all been collected. Wait a minute, they all have scissors though. The names of Genocide Jack's victims ran on for several pages. Okay, hold on. Let me read this through just for a second. This is a copycat because there are sewing kits with scissors, I believe, that the girls have. So that only means that a guy would have done it, because otherwise the girls would have had scissors. Ken Harada. The murder took place in the parking lot of the victim's apartment complex. That's the same for the top two. The murder took place in the parking lot of the victim's apartment complex. The victim suffered multiple stab wounds across his body, believed to have been inflicted with the same scissors that were later used to attach the victim to the wall. Yeah. Okay. And the same passages as underneath are the same as well. As with the other cases at the scene of the crime, the word bloodlust was written in the victim's blood. The scissors used in the murder were apparently custom made. Custom made scissors. Okay, so they can't get access to it then. With every pair left at each murder scene. Seeming. Okay, I had to go over to the other side. Seeming to be of the same material and construction. Gotcha. Oh no, they're just saying it. Ken Harada, 32. Tetsuhiro Honda, 17. Shoji Gaku, 23. Kano Issei, 14. Takeshi Yoshida, 30. Komatsuna Taro, Takefumi Gono, Uchida Naohisa, Takeshi Masamune, Yuto Yumejima. There was no end to it. One thing became perfectly clear as I read. All of the killer's countless victims were killed and suspended in exactly the same way. Yes, crucified, essentially. And they were all killed with scissors, though. This was blunt force trauma. And at the scene of every murder, the word bloodlust was left in the victim's own blood. Now take a look at the next page, and you'll find another interesting tidbit. The next page? What now? Profiling results. All of the crimes took place either on weekdays at night, or during holidays. Either day or night. Huh. Interesting. The most common time for the killings to take place was on holidays in the afternoon. Based on these facts, it would suggest that the suspect may be a student. Huh. Yeah, that would make sense because they can't kill during the day. Evidence suggests that the suspect lingered at the scene. When they did leave, they were in a panic. Oh. Because an eyewitness has never come forward, it's unlikely there are any external reasons for this. It's unlikely there was any external reason for this. This confused behavior suggests that the suspect may potentially suffer from dissociative identity disorder? Okay, so... Shit, Toko. Fuck.
So, in other words,
The key point here is that the culprit may well have a split personality. A split personality? Like the kind of thing you see on TV? So I'm part of another totally unbelievable story. But this one is way more unbelievable than anything else up till now. Or maybe it really isn't. I don't know. I feel like my mind has gone numb. Genocide Jack case file has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook.
let's go.
Alright, we should get going soon. Huh? Where are we going? Anywhere but here. We finished our business here, haven't we? Wait, Byakuya! As usual, Byakuya turned and left without another word. I hurried out of the library to catch up. Well, this is where we part ways. I have some things I need to take care of before the class trial. Huh? Just all of a sudden, like that?
I don't have time to play
Come
with
on.
you.
Enough of your annoying misapprehensions. Did you really think we'd both be together the whole time. Take responsibility for yourself and do something useful. Move the investigation forward on your own.
Goodbye.
Well, goodbye. And just like that, he was gone. Just as quickly as he'd asked me to join him, he'd cut me off. In the end, I felt like I was just some plaything getting tossed around. At the same time, I'd uncovered some really important clues thanks to him. Genocide Jack. He's the one that killed Shiro. And that murderous fiend is one of us. But who is it? I have to find that out, no matter what it takes. And to do that, there's somewhere I have to go investigate one more time. I have to go back to the crime scene, the girls' locker room. I should check the boys' locker room too. And the others might have come up with some info that I might find useful while I'm at it. I need to find out everything I can. Yes, indeed. But that'll be in the next episode, as I am sweating bullets right now and it is also almost the hour. So I need to end this episode good sweet. Otherwise, I might just die of dehydration, possibly, because I've got this back room door closed just for a multitude of reasons. But normally when I do that, this room heats up rather quickly. Also, it's in the middle of summer, and also around the time that I'm recording this specific episode, not any other episode that's happened before, the sun is currently at my back behind my green screen. So it is literally just heating up this entire room. So thank you so much for coming out and enjoying what I've got in this episode. But for now, I have to leave it here. Thanks for coming out, and have a nice day.